Hey everybody, how's it going? RealToughCandy back in your area today. We are doing that freeCodeCamp basic JavaScript. Now check this out, guys. We are almost done with this section here. Just a few more challenges left before we move on to, I think I might just jump into object-oriented and functional programming. Now I know there are probably a few videos on YouTube covering this, but more perspectives, just for me personally, make me learn better. So, you know, maybe I'll throw my videos in the mix for that section too. But right now we are generating random whole numbers with JavaScript, and again, that's in the basic JavaScript section of freeCodeCamp. For some of you, this may seem a little straightforward, maybe too straightforward. For me, however, I did have a a challenge, you might call it, with this challenge. So we're gonna go through it line by line and bang out the answer. Let's just go through what they have to say here. It's a little wordy, but worth noting. They say it's great that we can generate random decimal numbers, but it's even more useful if we use it to generate random whole numbers. So then they, for some reason, give us directions without actual directions. Number 1, use math.random parentheses to generate a random decimal. Number 2, multiply that random decimal by 20. And number 3, use another function, math.floor, to round the number down to its nearest whole number. So basically, these 3 things on this little checklist here are not so much instructions as they are just explaining what's going on up here. They use all 3 of these components to create a program, essentially, that will generate random whole numbers. So they say, remember that math.random can never quite return a 1, and because we're rounding down, it's impossible to actually get 20. So this technique will give us a whole number between 0 and 19. So can we run this and see what happens? Okay, 0.25. It's just going to keep randomly 0.79, 0.69, 0.61. Remember, okay, putting everything together, this is what our code looks like. They give us the code, math.floor, math.random times 20. It matches this. That looks just fine. And now they want us to use this technique to generate and return a random whole number between 0 and 9. So right now, the reason this is returning a decimal, a 0.41, is because it's returning math.random. And as you know from a previous lesson, unless you multiply it by something, i.e. 20, it's going to be 0 point something. Because this math.random is currently multiplying 1, and as they explained up here, it can never quite return a 1. You see what I'm saying? So you can hit this button all day long, even though math.random is multiplying itself by 1, but it's never quite going to get there. You see 0.39, 0.36, 0.19. We could go on pretty much forever. Okay, so now we got that out of the way. They want us to use this technique to generate and return a random whole number between 0 and 9. Okay, so this is where I got confused because this return math.random I thought I'd be using somehow and only change code below this line. Something in my brain didn't like the way this was set up. So I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna get rid of that whole thing and just start afresh. So as you see up here, this math.floor, math.random times 20 is going to generate something below the number 20. They want us to do the same thing to return a number between 0 and 9. Okay. Well, we are simply going to take a cue from this up here. So let's start it out just by mimicking. We gotta be a little code monkey-ish with this one, unfortunately. And then we're going to do some parentheses. And again, I'm just copying what I'm seeing above. Now this is where I'm going to be changing the computation because instead of 20, I want it to return something between 0 and 9. So some people might say, okay, we'll just throw a 9 in there. But you can't throw a 9 in there. We're going to throw a 10 in there. So then we are going to do like that. And then something like that, you might think. Or excuse me, something perhaps like that, you might think. But no, we have to do now a return statement. We need something to spit out down here once this runs. So what are we returning? Well, we want to return random whole number, math.floor, math.random times 10. So we're simply going to do this once again, and it's very redundant, as you can see. So you might question yourself, like, I'm just repeating myself. This is silly. And then times 10. Do a little doodly-doo, some doodly-doo, and let's see if we did it right. We did not do it right. Why did we not do it right? Because I did not capitalize math.random. Capitalize that M, guys. Let's see if we have liftoff. And we do! You did it! And it produced 7. So it produced a random whole number. That's pretty cool. Produce 0. Produced 1. And you can go on forever. You could probably do this for another 5 hours or 6. Come on, 2 zeros in a row. Come on, dude. I want to win a big prize. 7. Somebody give me a 9 already. Let's break the system. So that's how you do this problem. I'm letting this marinate a little because I think it's important for me. I don't know how important this is in the real world JavaScript, to realize that it can never quite return a whole number and just like, or pardon me, it can never quite return a 1. See, I told you I got some more studying to do. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope this walkthrough was helpful, and we'll see you in the next video. Oh, hey, one more thing. I just revamped my blog, RealToughCandy.com. Go check it out. I'm doing some fun blog projects. They're participatory. It's optional, but we're doing some fun stuff over there. So check it out, RealToughCandy.com, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.